What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Imperfect. Sam Ward, how are you doing?
You know, man, practice makes perfect, so I don't practice, so obviously I'm on the show.
This motherfucker's announcing his imperfections right now, live with us.
I got this mole on my shoulder. It showed up like a month ago.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. So yeah, this is Sam Ward, guys. Welcome. This is my longest best friend right here, man. We've been friends for a long time. Me and him go back to freshman year, or was it sophomore?
No, sophomore year.
Sophomore year of high school, bro. You know how long ago that was?
Oh, man, it's been too long, honestly. I regret it, honestly.
What do you regret?
I should have never taken that class with you.
Whoa, shut the fuck.
My life would have been so much better.
It would have been, but you
man.
ran into me, and I kind of... Yeah.
Just messed everything up.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
Shout out to Miss Whittier.
Miss Whittier. I'll never forget. I go into class. It's graphic design, right? And I'm looking around and all the seats are filled up besides one seat, and it's next to this fucking weird ass kid. His hair's all fucked up. He looks like he hasn't showered in a week, and I'm like, oh fuck. I was like, so I sit down and we start the class. The teacher's talking, and I look over and he's doodling some homeless dude, spray painting a brick wall. And I'm like, this guy, what is happening? And then she's like, all right, we're doing a partner exercise. I'm like, please, God, please no, please no.
You know what's so funny too? That I don't think that was the first time I actually saw you, because I think that was second trimester. The first time I actually met you, or maybe that was first trimester, I can't remember for sure. But the first time I saw you, I was on a bus, and I saw you walking up to your girlfriend at the time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you had these baggy sweats on, and like a tank top, and like a
chain,
a chain made out of like recycled pop cans. The thing was so fake. And then you had your hair it was short, but it was like slick and greasy. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, this poor girl. you like gave her a hug and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh.
She's going to have a fucked up life.
Yeah. And then I met you in person. I'm all like,
you're like, that girl's about to have a baby with no daddy.
Yeah. She go, oh my gosh. Yeah, I thought it was funny, dude, honestly, because I did see you, but I had no idea who you were until eventually we had class. After I think about a year of knowing you, I was like, oh my god, that dude I saw my first day at Pocatello High School was Gage. And I was like, that guy looked ridiculous.
Way. Dude, it's crazy. Our first conceptions of each other were not positive.
No. Oh no.
But then Miss Whittier's like, all right, go ahead. And I'm like, hey, I'm Gage. And you're like, my name's Sam. I'm like, this motherfucker is some emo-looking motherfucker.
Yeah,
right
dude.
Now.
Yeah, for sure. During that time, I looked hella emo. And then I told you, I was like, yeah, my nickname's Jellyfish.
Oh, dude, I remember. It was like your third line. We were like saying something like, by the way, my nickname's Jellyfish. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, because if I was an animal, I'd be a jellyfish.
Miss Whittier, can I get a new partner, please?
Yeah. Oh man,
it was too good. It's crazy, bro. Just what are the odds? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, odds, bro. So we ended up doing the assignment. We both killed it. We had to like learn about each other or something, draw each other's hands or something. I can't remember.
I can't remember what we did. Yeah,
but some kind of assignment. Then we talked every day, walked to and from class, and the first time we hung out. Was like hung out was with me, you, Trevor, some other friends, right? We were down in the basement and I was showing y'all my Justin Bieber blanket in 2012 or something.
Yeah.
And you're all like lit it on fire right in my basement, bro. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I don't even remember how it got lit on fire. I think that you might have been even messing around or something.
I was lighting my hand on fire, remember?
Yeah.
I sprayed it with cologne.
Put it out. Yeah. You
fucking millennials.
Yeah. The millennials. I don't even think that's millennials. I don't even think the term millennial had coming up at that point.
No,
honestly.
it hasn't. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we did in the basement. And then Trevor's all like, "Watch this!" And then remember, he tried to put it out on the blanket, and the blanket lit on fire. Remember? And we're like freaking out.
Dude,
There's like 8 dudes in my bedroom, and Mom's sleeping.
And this wasn't even a normal sized bedroom either. This thing looked like the bedroom for Harry Potter on the staircase.
Dude, it was so little,
tiny,
bro.
I don't even think it was a real bedroom. I think it was a storage room behind a bathroom.
It was pretty much
like you had half of like a 1-person bed in there that the only way you could basically fit on that bed is if you were laying on your shoulder on the side.
Yeah.
And then otherwise you had like that.
And we had 9 dudes. There was not even enough floor for everyone to lay down.
I think there was like a dude hanging out outside the doors.
Yeah, and then there was in the bathroom.
Yeah, there was a dude sitting on the toilet. A guy stuck in the shower curtains.
There's like those little windows like this big. It was just like where it's like hot as hell. We're trying to crack them open. Yeah. 9 dudes in there.
It's hot. You feel everybody's humid breath on you. Gosh, man.
What were we doing?
Yeah, that was crazy. I remember, I think it might have even been before that or maybe a little bit after that when you were like, "Hey, man, I like the way you do graffiti and shit." Yeah. And my graffiti's trash, but you know, it's
Dude, it was cool though. And it was artistic. And I was like, I like your art. Like, I liked it. Remember, I was dancing at the time. So I was like, "Bro, I want you to make me a shirt."
Mm-hmm.
Remember that, bro?
Yeah, I remember. I designed it. I thought it looked so sick. It was like a G with a crown. And
it was grenade. Yep.
Cool. And then you order it, and I'm like, I can't wait. I get it, and then the thing I designed's all big, but it's on the back of the damn shirt, and I'm like, why the hell did you do this? You're like, well, I saw other YouTubers do it. I'm like, why would you do what they did? Because it looks terrible. Just put it on the front of the shirt.
Yeah, didn't have much experience.
Yeah, I mean, it looked dope. Which
it's still cool, bro. We got that classic picture.
Right, yeah.
Oh man,
I don't even know what happened to those shirts. They got eaten by moths at this point. Honestly,
God.
They're off in someone's closet, dying away.
Oh man, I need to.
If you got some of my shit from high school, straight up.
I still have a bag of it somewhere, bro. Remember, I have like 15 of your shirts that you made.
You got my Mackelstein, the fucking shark sneakers that barely have any sharks on it. I was talking to somebody who was working at some place, and they were like, "Oh man, I saw somebody walking around with their Galaxy sneakers on and shit."
No
I was like,
way.
And they told me their name. I was like, I don't even know who that is, because I think I gave them away. I sold half the shit.
Dude, that's awesome. See, so Sam here has always been interested in graphic design and just graffiti and creating and everything to do with like being artistic, and so he was always consistently doing all those kinds of things, which was straight fire. And made a ton of t-shirts, a lot of clothing. Remember, didn't you sell a shirt to our teacher? I can't remember her name, but
our video arts teacher. I did sell it to her. It was I had a shirt that I did. It was a blue jay, and like it was like all dope. It had all these triangles and geometric shapes and shit on it.
Yeah, I remember that. Hold up.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Yep, hard cut back. But listen, I had to go grab these things so I could show you all. This was one of Sam's first.
I gotta be honest, dude. It was so good. It was such a good stencil, but then I had nowhere to lay it. I had nowhere to work where I was working.
What it was?
So I had to lay it on top of a dumpster, honestly, and to put the stencil on there. But the dumpster kind of stretched it. So
Dude, you know what it was, bro? Okay, this is like when your grandma's so sweet, okay, and she gives you this ugly ass looking sweater, and she's like, "You like it, honey?" And you're like, Yeah, Grandma. And so Sam comes to me and he's like, "Bro," because he knew how much I love Macklemore, bro. It just, oh man, I was all about him in high school. And he's like, "I wanted to stencil you a Macklemore shirt." I'm like, "Bro, are you kidding me?" And he showed me and he's like, I'm like, "Yeah." You're like, I'm like, "Sam, no."
Yeah.
This is the
yo, that forehead was caused by the goddamn garbage can, dude. It would look so perfect, honestly, if you cut like 4 inches of the shirt off and you just sewed it back. But yeah, it's a Mackelstein shirt, honestly.
Mackelstein going on sale in stores near you.
Yeah, shit is so huge.
So yeah, Mackelstein, one of his first. I have his other good. I have good pieces. I promise.
Yeah.
I'll include him if I can find him later. But That's one of your first shirts. So you
Yeah.
made some sick ones. He has like
I made some dope Kid Cudi ones.
the
and-
one that was like New York City with the dancer, bro.
Oh yeah, the New York City one.
But I do have these too. These were
Yeah, I
pretty
painted
fire.
those sneakers.
Yeah,
They look all dirty and shit now, but they fine. Yeah.
fine, dude. It was a little shark, 2 eyes on the front, you know,
Yeah.
clouds on the sides, all hand painted, handcrafted.
Yep.
It was actually kind of wild. Look at
Yeah,
that.
they almost
at
look
the
like
sharks.
a picture like a kindergartner would draw. Honestly, they were probably one of the first sneakers I did paint.
Yeah, I have is the first things he ever made. First pair of shoes, first shirt. Got it hung up, man. Too good of memories, you know.
Yeah,
Man,
crazy stuff.
it is crazy,
Back in
man.
the day, hustling.
Hassling, man. That's what I want to talk about. So, like I said, we've been friends for a long time. Friends since high school, bro.
I guess you
So-
could say that. Yeah.
We've been acquaintances.
I've known known of you.
Shut up, bro. Hung out every day, man. But 6 years. No, let's see, 5 and a half. Man, like 8 or 9, 8 years.
Just too many, honestly. Just-
8 years of dealing
yeah,
with
just
oh,
about
God.
yeah, man, just about 8 years.
This motherfucker talking all this shit, but every morning he'd come down and
Yeah.
need a ride to fucking school.
Yeah, man, that's some bullshit, dude.
I wake
And
up
I'd
at
be-
like 8:30, like and you're
I'd be
waking up,
kicking,
bro.
yeah, I'd be kicking this guy's door down, and I'd be like, "Hey, wake up!" And then your mom's all getting ready. She's like, "Oh, he's not even awake," and I'm like, "Oh man!" And I run downstairs. I'm like, "Get out of bed!" And you're like, "I gotta take a shower." I'm like, "Take a shower. We got like 20 minutes.
to get to
You better
school.
just
This is like a daily thing.
splash some water on your face and put some shoes on. Let's get out of here."
Daily thing, man.
Yeah.
I still hate getting up. I hate it, man. I hate
Yeah.
it. But
Still hate waking up because you're still not making enough. I'll tell you
Yeah.
what. Hey,
Hey,
true facts.
facts.
Hey,
Hey.
it rhymes.
Oh Lord. So yeah, one thing, dude. I want to ask you a really important question
Okay.
because we talk about this all the time,
Mm.
especially after high school,
Yeah.
bro. What would you have done different?
Absolutely. I would have.
What would you have done different?
I would have
in high
absolutely
school?
gotten my the actual because we go to work every day. You know, people will go in and you clock in. There's a route. There's a way you execute things. There's a process you follow every day. I would have gotten that process set up the first fucking day because my dad had a shop and the thing was right next to my house, so I could just walk right out the door and then start working. I would have set up my work plan perfectly. I also would have set up my website and everything like that. Probably would have tried to dive deeper into screen printing and things, gotten away from the spray paint.
But dude, that was
And
one thing.
bought $1 billion Bitcoin. I would.
Oh, dude, let's talk Bitcoin.
I would have stuck everything I had into Bitcoin.
I would have sold my mom's car.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Dude.
honestly, dude, I would have just killed it on Bitcoin. Talked to
Yeah.
a accountant who
Right.
specializes in cryptocurrencies. Yeah, man, I would have absolutely just stuck all my money into Bitcoin. I wouldn't have eaten.
Yeah.
I would have starved myself.
yeah,
Just
yeah, Bitcoin blew up.
Invested everything.
But career-wise, you
Yeah.
know,
I would have probably started rapping.
Yeah, no, earlier,
At an earlier
exactly.
point, I would have. Yeah, man.
There's
if I knew what I knew now.
Right.
Just
there's a lot of things, bro. And see how it goes out. There's a lot of times we were talking about this and
Oh,
being like,
yeah.
man, like high school, we grinded because there were certain things that we did do, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of things that we didn't do. First
Right.
off, for me, a lot of fucking time wasted with women.
yeah.
I was running around way too fucking much,
Yeah.
dating girls, going on dates with girls,
Yeah, but I mean,
doing
at that
other
time,
things.
though, like, what are you gonna do? Like, come home and cook chicken for your wife or something?
No,
like, you're
but
like 14. You know,
I should have been single and grinding harder. You know?
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
think. Yeah, but you're like in high school. I think.
I know, and that's what's hard. But still, though, it's like
Such a
we were
distraction.
on a very good verge if we just
Yeah.
pushed harder, like you said, because especially with the dancing, it's like I was making shirts, I was always dancing, I was doing the talent shows and everything I
Mm. Yeah.
could. You bought a printing press, didn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. No, not a printing.
What was it called?
It was a heat press.
A heat
I would
press.
actually heat press my t-shirts with, and I was making each t-shirt individually, of course, with the paints and stuff. And if you look into a lot of people who airbrush t-shirts, they'll also do a similar process where they paint the shirt. They get some parchment paper that you would use for cooking. Just slap that on top and then heat press that thing, and then
it
it
would
comes
stay
up
on.
Yeah,
Because you used to go to school and be like, buy this. You can wash it. You can air dry it. Like, it works everywhere. The paint won't come off. Like,
yeah, it won't. It absolutely won't. At first, it would.
it took a couple times.
Not at that point though. Yeah, at first, yeah, I remember the first T-shirt. Actually, I think that everything we kind of did, it was just something incrementally small, and then eventually you get more money invested, more time invested in something.
Exactly.
Together.
It's just like there was so much opportunity that we missed because I was just like, it just sucks because by the time you realize that you need to get your life together and get some fucking goals down and some shit written and start making plans to do with your future, it's already like you're in your 20s or even late 20s sometimes, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, and I know high school needs to be this place that you're just like experimenting and you're having fun and you're enjoying yourself, but at the same time, it's just like the amount of time I was wasting just trying to find women or date women.
I feel like my life is halfway over at this point, right? Yeah.
Dude, it feels like that. Huh?
It basically is. The trash I eat. I just got done eating 2 rodeo cheeseburgers, Burger King. I don't think any of that was even real meat, honestly.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, we could have made so much difference. And like a thing now, like look what I do now. You know, like I own a video. I own. Shut the fuck up, this motherfucker. Dude, but seriously, the video production with our video production teacher is. It was interesting. We took that class together, right? But I never would have known. I was so focused on the dance. But here I am doing professional video production. But I didn't even like pay. I was just like, oh, like this class, I'm just going to take it. Like, and it's interesting to know that I was actually doing video production years before I started the business.
Yeah, and I'm jealous of you because you're still in college, ain't you?
Yes, I am graduating.
I know I give you a lot of shit for going to college, but I'm so jealous, dude. That shit is expensive, but it's like you get to meet people and work with shit. Like, you know, when we were in high school, but it was just, it's the same thing, but for careers and shit.
Yeah,
so
you're
working in the
more
same,
real.
Yeah, and you're all like, oh, yeah, you're interested in this. You're going to make money. You're going to be hustling because in high school, you're talking to someone in an art class. They're like, oh, I'm just painting this picture. But you're all like, oh, I'm going to cut this stencil out so I can go spray paint it about back of the school.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, people in college are a lot more like they want to do some real shit. And they will like invest in that shit.
And my girlfriend Randy just started going to nail tech, and it motivated me so much. I'm so motivated now.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Oh, absolutely. She starts getting clients. I'm talking to her about sales and like, you know, all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Dude,
and then I get into rapping and I just waste it.
All of that education wasted.
Yeah. My parents worked hard and their son wants to be a rapper. Oh man.
It's like but yeah, going back, like the investment, dude. It's just crazy because that, like, you're right, because we've had this conversation 1,000 times. You know, college worth it, blah blah blah. And I've had people, because a lot of my guests have been to college, dropped out of college, go to college, graduated, whatever. And it's that conversation of it's really what you make of it. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's so stupid that we finally built this opinion that it's not you go to college or you don't. If you don't, just work twice as fucking hard. But if you don't have any contacts and you don't know any educated people, then college is a great fucking place, like I did. I don't know anybody that was educated or even fucking, a lot of my family didn't even graduate high school. You know what I'm saying? So I was so out of it. And then when I went to college, I got to learn those things and to act professional and be professional and meet other professionals and other artists and people that are trying to grind. But at the same time, you're right. It's like, is that fucking money worth it? Is it worth that
honestly,
experience?
I think that there's a lot of bullshit that they put you through that you absolutely. For instance, you know, you're going to college for, you know, video arts or something. Then they're like, okay, take these generals. What the fuck is generals?
I hate that.
Honestly, they need to change that shit. Generals should be learn how to do taxes. How do you pay a water bill? How do you, you know, deal with these typical things in a business environment? Generals shouldn't be like, oh, and I understand the point of like, oh, you're not going to college to get a job, you're going to college to be educated. Most people aren't going to college for that reason.
Yeah, I know. They're trying to diversify yourself. Yeah, I hate it too. And it's like, that's why it would be really nice if we had a film school, because I mean, film schools are meant to bring you in, teach you film and sales and marketing and advertising, and then spit you back out. Here it's like, here's this general thing, and then here's a little bit of piece of what you actually want to learn. You know, but I totally agree that the amount of education that I truly learned, maybe subliminally I might have more, but what I'm conscious of, not too much. But for sure, the relationships and the people that I met was way fucking worth it. You know what I'm saying? Is because I got to meet people like Travis.
What about
all these people?
Actual technical side of the career you're going into with the
Absolutely.
video arts? Is there
like 10% or less?
10% or less.
90% is YouTube practice, failures, trying it again,
Yeah.
and fucking the best thing is like I got to work with other videographers that have been in the field for 10 years. That's teaching me way fucking more than you know. So yeah, it sucks.
I could be talking on my ass when it comes to all the other shit when it comes to college because I haven't gone or nothing, and I barely even graduated high school.
But dude, that's fucking awesome that your girlfriend. So that you're talking about when she goes to school, that's like for cosmetology, right?
Nail tech specifically.
So is it just nails
just
kind of
nail
thing?
tech, yeah.
How long is it? Like
3 months. 3 months, dog.
Bro. That's
3 months, right? Yeah, and then she comes out and she's making great money, and you know it's just like goddamn.
Dude, fucking good for her. Good for you guys, bro.
Right.
That's good. Man, bringing home the income, you know.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna, you know,
me and you gonna be stay-at-home dads one day, man. I can't wait.
I'm gonna be a stay-at-home cat owner.
Oh yeah, you guys have cats too.
Yeah.
That's
I got one cat. Yeah,
I've
been wanting to get another one. Oh yeah, that's right. You just running a barn over here now. No wonder.
Yeah, dude. I forgot. You're like the only other guy I know, which is my best friend that likes cats. Most people are like, fuck cats. Like, god damn it. I'm like, y'all don't have a cat rub up on you at night, bro. Love up on you and shit.
Yeah, and also you ain't got to walk the thing all the time. Jeez,
dude,
man.
let it out every day. That bitch is on its own.
Yeah.
You walk in, you're like, hey, Carl. Hey, Gage.
And I mean, sometimes you got to still walk your cat, too. And the tough part is, you know, some places, the place I'm currently at, doesn't want us to just let him out, which is understandable. Right. Because, I mean, people got cat allergies and stuff, and if you're living in a contained place, if he rubs up on someone's leg, I don't want him to have to slam insulin into the leg or whatever they got to take, you know what I'm talking about? Not
big
insulin.
Facts. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it sucks,
we don't want that.
Yeah, put a harness on your cat, walking him around. People gonna look at you like you're crazy, man.
Dude, you are the crazy cat lady at that point.
Yeah. Like, what, you just don't let your cat outside?
I know. I want to, bro. Every time I open the door, they're like all curious. I'm like, let them outside, and they run for it. I'm like, get back here, motherfucker.
Oh, man.
Dude, yeah, cats for sure, man. But yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy the things that you learn so far later in life that you just wish you could have implemented, man. I would have paid more attention to video production. Would have paid more attention to what I wanted in life. Maybe if I didn't have to work as harder, just had to focus more on a clear idea of what I wanted. Because I always wanted to dance, but it was like, what did that entail? Did I want to own a dance studio? Do I want to be a more professional dancer? I should have found people in those fields. I should have studied. I should have did more. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, yeah, I dance. I like dancing. And then that's it.
Yeah. I know you had some sort of dreams and things when it came to that. And it always was interesting to see because you definitely did get quite a bit of attention for it.
For a sec.
Yeah.
It felt good, but
yeah.
I don't know what we could have made it better, dude. But same thing with, dude, for a minute there, it was so nice because it was the talent show that I won. It was like the state fair or something. I can't remember. But I remember we won that talent show, dude. And it was crazy because the next day I remember you being like, dude, I sold like 5 shirts today, bro. And I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Last weekend I just won the talent show. And then we're just like feeling like we're doing so good in fucking high school. And we were just like grinding, dude.
Yeah, and constantly, I mean, even though I was selling shirts and shit, you know, my actual numbers, you know, I didn't fully think through of everything. So most of what I did, and they say, you know, I think most businesses don't make money their first year, right?
Facts, yeah.
And that was exactly what was happening. It was blowing my mind. And I wish I would have read, I don't know, some business book, which, you know, I read shit all the time nowadays, audiobooks
but
wise.
again,
but yeah, if I would have read something, I would have known like, oh my God, yeah, like I have to get my numbers right. I have to get this shit right. And even then, you know, I have to continually build clientele until a point where I'm actually funding the cost of doing business, and then I'm able to make a profit on afterwards versus just like, okay, I got some money, buy some spray paint, do some t-shirts, which was cool, you know, to have something working. But actually my first business in school was selling Mountain Dew, and that made a profit. instantly.
Yeah,
Instantly that made a
I
profit.
remember that because we were talking about the same thing because I did the same thing at Kinport, bro.
Yeah.
Remember? Because you were in middle school too, right?
Were you selling Mountain Dew specifically? Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't remember. It was Mountain Dew or Coke, but it
Yeah.
was soda.
And they had Mountain Dew for a minute, right? And then all of a sudden, Mountain Dew disappeared. I don't know what happened, who made that decision, but they just would put in Gatorades and like some other sodas, but no Mountain Dews, right? And I was a big Mountain Dew guy. I was like, dang. I'm like, well, you know what? I got like $8 for my birthday. Why don't I just try this? And it was like towards the end of 8th grade, like halfway through my 8th grade year, and then after that, it switches over to a freshman year of high school. So I just, went out and bought a 24-pack at the time. I think Walmart was having a deal, $5 for 24-pack or something.
Right,
similar.
exactly.
And I picked it up, brought to school. No one really was interested the first day. Second day, people were interested. And then within like 2 weeks, I would sell like two fucking 24 packs of Mountain Dew in one day.
Damn.
And yeah, it was crazy. 50 cents a pop.
50
I was
cents a
walking
pop.
around, so much change in my pockets. I not even a belt could keep my pants on, dog. And I was having my mom going out and getting so much soda. She started charging me a fee to pick up the soda because she having to do it like every day. And I mean, honestly, I understand it because I hate going to Walmart. And if I have to do it every day, I ought to be paid for it. So
Shout out Sam's mom.
yeah, shout out to mom.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
yo.
supply my first business.
Dude.
But yeah, it was crazy too because and a lot of kids, they would just be like, "Hey, can I get a Mountain Dew? I'll pay you back later." And of course, they're not going to. And eventually, I wrote down everyone's name.
Dude.
And there was a kid that I went to middle school with. I don't know if I told you this story, but about this kid. He was a very large kid. He was probably the size of most adults, probably bigger than most adults in 8th grade. He was a football player and everything, huge guy. And we had some classes together. He was super nice guy, but he kept borrowing sodas from me, and then so did a bunch of other people. But then one day, I think he owed me like $1.50. He's like, "Hey, can I get another soda?" I'm like, "I'll give you another soda if you go and get someone on this list of people to pay me back." And he did. And then eventually, after he got a couple people to pay me back, some other kid came up and he was like, "Are you having him collect money for you?"
This big dude pulling up being like, "I'm here for the money. You owe Sam Ward $2.50, but interest now $2.75."
Yeah. And well, it's funny. The kid was so nice though. The kid was massive.
Oh,
But he was
God.
just so nice. He's like, "Hey, Sam, Sam said you owe him money. Can you just give it to me? I'm trying to get a soda." I don't know what he said. I never got into it. That was his side
He's
of the
like
business.
drowning someone in the back of the high school, like.
Oh man. Yeah.
Dude, that's-
Welcome to the Mountain Dew Mafia.
The Mountain Dew MDM, bro. Like, God.
Yeah, man.
It was not the fact. The reason I was thinking that because my school didn't have vending machines.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying?
Not
So
even a
they were
vending machine at all.
nothing. So I just
Yeah.
remember them not having any. I was like bringing it to school, selling it, whatever. And I used to do the same thing with pirated mute. Can I say that?
Oh no, cut it.
No. But yeah, since we didn't have a vending machine, I would literally just bring bunches of soda, put it in my locker, and people would be like, "Yo, bro, can I get a soda right before lunch or during
And
lunch?"
that shit still stay cold
and
too.
you just like,
Why was that still so cold? I don't know for you, but
know.
after you
That's
leave it in your locker, you
That's
bust it out. It's still fucking cold.
yeah, that doesn't make sense. Now I'm thinking about it.
It's
Yeah,
because the public school system doesn't care about giving honest heaters to these poor kids. Even at Pocatello High School, you could sit on a metal heater and still be cold.
that's true though. It's so true. Oh, dude.
man.
But yeah, man, isn't it crazy, man? We started businesses, and I think that was what really led us to, we connected
Yeah,
so well.
we really
were
did.
always driven by something.
Yeah, hustle tactics.
Dude, hustling, dude. Whatever it may have been, selling drinks, selling shirts, trying to get shows. Dude, remember when we got one of the biggest shows in my young high school dance career is when we got to perform at the Blackfoot Fair. And remember, and I was like, bro, it's a free stage, but I'm like, I'm not in a pamphlet or anything, so I want to hand out flyers. Do you remember that? And I printed out like 200, and I was like, all right, here's your 100. And me and Sam were just going up to people. Here, bro, 5 o'clock the show, 5 o'clock the show, 5 o'clock the side stage. Do you remember that?
If I went back now, flyers don't really mean much. I think that we could have printed off 50 flyers and done way better if we just connected to the specific people who would actually want that, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're just out handing out paper,
Dude, that's
it's basically
literally
garbage.
everything.
But if you walk up to someone, you're like, "Hey, dog, I like your shoes. I like your style. Where you from? Where, you know, what are you doing here? What's your name?"
That's literally.
Anyways, I'm doing this.
That's literally everything in advertising. It's not. You don't want to get the information out to everyone. You want to find your audience. And so if we were looking more for like
group,
high schoolers and people that
probably
look like they.
Yeah, probably could have print off 20 flyers and had even more people than just out.
But we did have some people pull up though.
Yeah.
There's probably like 20 or 30 people. I was like, oh my god.
Oh yeah.
You know,
definitely got quite a bit of crowd.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You had a couple of girls' numbers, dude. Dude, wasn't it the coolest thing? Remember when we got there? Because we did, I think, perform two shows or something. But the first day, remember, we got there, and the girl comes up that was running the whole show in a golf cart, and she's like, "We're here to pick you up." Yeah. And I was like, "What?" We got in the golf cart. She's like, "Here's your free tickets. Here's a couple for your friends. We're gonna take you right to the stage." I was like, "Bruh."
Yeah, that was dope.
I was like, this is it. We made it.
Right, yeah.
We got on a golf cart in Blackfoot, Idaho. There's nothing bigger than this.
Right, yeah. That was us making it. Just all downhill from there.
Oh God, was it?
Now we late in our career.
You know another thing that I loved that we grinded because you helped me out so much was, I haven't talked about this like at all, but is the lawn mowing business.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude.
You know, I showed up all the time to work for this guy and put the little what were those things called? The flyers or whatever.
The door handle flyers.
Door handle flyers. Mowing lawns constantly. I was mowing lawns with this dude constantly, and all I asked for you, just feed me, just get me something to eat, man. And you know what? You underpaid me. You son of a bitch.
I asked for 3 tacos.
Yeah. No, dog. Honestly, even though we were working our ass off, I was just glad to hang out with somebody.
I was too, man.
Just like, even though I'm working hard, but I grew up working hard, and I think that's something we can relate to because I grew up on a ranch and shit, and like, oh man, doing your chores was necessary, absolutely necessary, especially when it came to feeding animals and shit. And like my dad, if I forgot to, my dad was so pissed, and sometimes I'd be, I'd be a little sad because he was so mad, but at the same time, it's just like, you gotta actually eat the shit. You gotta take care of it. You can't forget to feed the animals. And then that just got so ingrained in me, along with getting wood all the time. Oh my gosh, doing sandstone. We were doing that.
Yeah,
man.
you were doing hard work, bro.
No, hard work. So by the time I met you, mowing lawns was
like nothing.
Yeah, it was like what you would do for fun.
Do you remember that? Because I don't remember.
It's what you would retire. And
Dude,
you're like,
I
wow,
remember.
The lawns are
So
great.
we were friends though when I had the green Mazda, weren't we?
Absolutely.
Okay. So because I remember when I first started mowing lawns, it was sophomore year in high school, and I started mowing I've always been mowing my streets before that, the street of and the next street. But then I got it was like someone else. I was like, oh, I live across town. Can you mow? And I was like, I only have a green Mazda. So I used to put my lawnmower in the back of the green Mazda where the trunk wouldn't even shut, and I'd have to just tie that motherfucker down and go there. And then when I got the grass, they were like, "Oh, you can't empty the grass in the trash. It makes it smell bad."
Yeah.
So I just straight put the grass in the back of the green Mazda with no garbage bags or anything. Just did it. Then I'd go and vacuum and I did it so many times. The back of the car was legit green. Yeah. Like the carpet was green inside.
Yeah, I remember. I remember helping you a few times doing that, but most of it that I remember helping out was with the blue truck.
The blue truck, Dory, bro. Yeah. We had a little blue truck, a little Ford, and it was a cutie, but it was so nice because we got those little what do you call it? Oh no, we didn't. That was the white truck. So every time we pulled up to mow a lawn, we had to go up, carry the lawnmower out of the truck, put it on the ground, mow the whole damn thing, put the grass in the bag. It was so little, the grass would be freaking flying everywhere. Oh man, it was a struggle, but we did that for 5 years, bro.
And we ate so much Taco Bell.
Oh man, dude, it was so unhealthy. We'd work for literally like 6 to 8 hours. Mowing lawns, and then I'm like, let's go eat Taco Bell, drink a ton of Mountain Dew with no water, bro. I didn't start drinking water until like 3 years into it when I started feeling dizzy from mowing lawns in 100-degree weather without having any water.
Dog, my stretch marks have diabetes at this point, honestly, God. Dog. I have a horrible body.
It's affecting us now, that's for sure.
Yeah, I feel like a 1997 like Pontiac Riviera or some shit that was left out outside. I don't know, dude. I feel terrible.
Didn't I?
Wish I never met you.
Didn't I? I fucked up this man's life.
Yeah.
This is Sam Ward. Everything was fine. His college education paid for. His life was awesome. He was financially stable. His parents tried to get him in college. Guess what? I want to be a rapper.
Oh my God. You know what? Honestly, I wanted to be a fashion designer right
Again?
out of high school. No, not anymore. I mean, you can dream, but
You could dream.
But
Dude,
I'm
you
awake,
did
so I'm
great
not.
artistic shit, bro. Especially
Yeah.
now, and now that you know, like, the level of professionalism,
Yeah.
you definitely could, bro.
I think it's interesting. There's a lot of good ass. Luckily, I've come into a situation where I can get a lot of audiobooks. And honestly, after reading so many business books, I highly recommend. I'm just rattle off a couple. How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's super old, but it's one of the books that Warren Buffett read. Dale Carnegie, guy that he actually went to his a motivational speech and stuff.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, Warren Buffett. You check out How to Win Friends and Influence People. Highly recommend. And then of course the 4-Hour Work Week is pretty decent. The Nike book, the guy that created Nike, Shoe Dog. Highly recommend it. It's his whole story of how he started Nike.
Damn.
Which is funny because he didn't even like the name Nike. When
Really?
they were thinking of it. Yeah, no. He was like,
Interesting.
no, Nike's lame. He had some other crazy name. And then Lean In's really good when it comes to like women in the workforce and like things along that line. It's a very good book, which something brings up. I just remember something in that book struck me very well. It is called Imposter Syndrome.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but after I heard it in that book, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true. Because when you in an industry or you at a job or you somewhere where you don't think that you deserve to be there, you're like, man, they're going to find somebody better and everything like that. That's imposter syndrome.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just like, sometimes you get into a career or a field, you're trying to be a fashion designer or you're trying to, work a lawn mowing business and you're dealing with these big ass companies that are really in it. You're like, I don't think that I really deserve to be here. But in reality, Albert Einstein thought the same thing about himself. And I know everyone uses Albert Einstein. That's so cliche.
Example.
Yeah. But there's tons of famous artists and people who are on jobs who thought that for a while. But if you really understand imposter syndrome, highly recommend the book Lean In.
That's
But,
awesome.
Yeah, man. If I would have read, honestly, any book.
Any book, dude, I know.
would've
Literally, high
probably-
school was not
yeah.
reading at all, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I still think, like, how did we pass? I don't know, bro. Like, I legit was trying to sit down with Jane the other day, and I'm like, what the fuck did I do? I just remember just going to class and leaving.
Yo,
did I do homework? Like, I legit can't remember,
No,
bro.
No, we did not.
I don't think we
did
did,
not.
bro.
No, we did not. You know what we did? We would talk to our teachers. We became friends with the specific business math teacher. Our government teacher, though, I think that
Stapleton.
we did have to work a little hard.
We
to
did.
get
We
the-
worked. You worked so hard. Oh my god. So this guy right here, okay. This guy, we're sitting in government class, Mr. Stapleton, and he just decided to do for what was it? Not an argument. Was it argumentative? What would you call it? It was like to fight for to make a law or something.
Oh yeah, you have to make a law. Yeah.
Or something like that. Do
Yeah,
you remember
yeah,
what
yeah.
you did?
Yeah, I
What did
do.
you do?
Tell
Tell the people.
I tried to do.
Say it, Mr. Ward.
I don't know if I want to say this one. Let's just say I did something that was controversial.
Yeah, let's just say that. And so I'll never forget our government teacher sitting. We're all saying our ideas, and I did something stupid too. Remember, I wanted gay marriage to be legal everywhere, but I want gay marriage to be legal. Everyone's like, yeah. I'm like, in churches, but not being dumb and uneducated. I didn't know churches and the law are not the same thing. Remember, they're like, yeah, you can't change a religion with law. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, all right, but just make gay marriage legal everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think it was. Well, no, maybe it was.
I don't think at the time, no.
Maybe
no,
it
at the
wasn't.
time.
God, that feels crazy. We lived in that kind of world. Anyways, but we did that, and then he says, Sam's like, this is what I want to do, and the teacher's like, bangs his head on the table.
Yeah.
He's just like,
Oh, man.
what just starts laughing at you? Oh my god, bro! Do you remember that girl?
Which
That girl that laughed at you, bro. Oh my Lord,
Oh
dude.
yeah.
So
You
there's
talking
this.
about that one girl that didn't like me because of my
Yeah,
laugh?
that's what I'm saying. That's what I meant. Yeah. There was a girl in the class that just did not like Sam, right? And just every time he just like she got getting pissed off, and I think she was telling her friend, and her friend was telling me and be like, "Dude, she really doesn't like Sam. Like he's so loud and always laughing." And the next day we go to school, we're all sitting down doing our thing or whatever. She comes in, someone says something stupid, like some like just basic joke, and Sam's like, ah, and like starts laughing all loud.
I stare straight at her. Yeah, I was like, yeah, look at my laugh. Yeah, listen to it.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
You don't
dude.
like hearing me be happy.
The memories, man.
Yeah.
The little thing. We go on forever about memories,
Yeah.
but point being, man, is it's just crazy how fast life can go right after high school, man. It's just like, I mean, we're in high school, we're enjoying our lives, and this is my fucking 6th year of college, about to graduate. 6 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You should change majors.
you should do it again. I'm about to graduate, mate. I'm changing my major. God, be 12 years. 12 years in college without a degree. Like, moving on. High school, man. It's its own thing, but good memories. We had a lot of entrepreneurial things, man.
Yeah.
And we did a lot of things with lawn mowing. We did a lot of things with our art. We did a lot of things with fashion design. We did a lot of just grinding and working to what we really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And especially talking about that now too, there's a lot of people like in high school that didn't do anything. They just kind of like went to high school to, you know, maybe just do what high school's meant to do.
I
which is
think that
graduate,
is
but-
generally most people, because most people, you know, they're just, you know, I think the reason why we connected is because we have that entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah. We had a drive to like want to create. Like it was really what it handled down to. We wanted to make stuff and we wanted to share it.
Yeah. We were both kind of weirdos anyways.
We were hella weirdos,
Yeah.
man.
We
We were the guys that didn't even literally have a classification. We were friends with all the groups, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you remember the jock story?
What jock story?
Me and the jock.
Are you talking about the one where they pushed you in the pool,
No, dude, I'm talking about the one.
shoved you in a locker, called you a girl?
Fuck it, we'll say it if we need to cut later. But do you remember that story when I don't even know this kid, right? And
Yeah.
I'm downstairs. We're both in the lunchroom eating, doing whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right,
He wasn't
and-
a jock though. He was like.
No, he wasn't a jock. You're right.
No, he
but
was- he
I'll
was
get there of how the jocks were
getting
involved.
grimy.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. But we were all sitting there at the table, right? And we're all just doing our own thing. And this guy comes up and he's just like, hey. And I'm like, what? And all you guys are there. And Trevor was there. And Trevor was a big dude. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
like, what's up? And he's just like, you talking shit? And I'm like, I don't even know him.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
fact, that was the first time I've ever like really like saw what it even looked like. So I legit to this day swear to God don't know who this is. And I'm just like, he's like, oh, you want to talk shit, huh? If you talk shit, get hit. Blah blah blah. Like starts talking all this shit, and I'm just like, bro, like what is your deal, bro? And I was like, I was being an asshole. I was like, oh, you want to fight? Ha ha. Like, you know, just like being like, oh, you want to fight? Come on. And I was like slapping, like just fucking being whatever the fuck. But then he was like, got serious. He's like, bro, you want to fucking fight after school? And I was just like, bro.
Yeah.
And then that's when Trevor stood up. And I can't remember what he said. Something like, okay, back up, like, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, whatever. And he went back with his homies. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? I don't
Yeah.
even know who this is.
Right.
You know? And I was like making jokes until I realized like he was, because I didn't know for sure if he was serious or not. I was like maybe 80, 90% serious. Like I couldn't really tell him. I was like, maybe just fucking with me. I don't know. So when I knew he was serious, I was like, oh God. And that's when Trevor stood up. And anyway, so he left, right? Word gets around fucking insanely fast. I've never seen word spread so fast to this day. Oh my God. Literally, it's lunch and it's 4th hour, right? I go to class. Literally everybody, bro, you're fighting whatever, some guy's name after class at 4. Like, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, I'm not fighting. And they're like, dude, you didn't remember? And like even the teacher heard about it. It's like, Gage, are you fighting somebody? And I was like, no, what is happening?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah.
I'm not fighting anybody. So whatever, right? And something happens that day. We don't even see each other, right? Because I get on the bus, I go home, like, duh. Next day happens. He's like, oh, dude, he's going to follow you out. And like everyone's like bringing it up. People I don't even know, like, you're going to fight. What's his name?
Yeah.
I'm just like, whatever. Lunch comes around again, right? So now me and Ward are together, right?
No, I was never there.
Either way.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
Are you now putting this together?
Oh,
Are you
shit.
now
I was
putting
thinking
this
about-
together?
There was a whole other time when motherfuckers tried to kick your ass
Yeah.
as well. When there was like a group of
No, there
people,
was.
it was going to be like a gang war.
Maybe. I can't
Like the
remember.
Fucking end of like Braveheart. Yeah, there was a whole other time someone
Yeah.
was trying to kick your ass and they were going to beat
Oh,
you.
well,
You know what I'm talking
it
about?
has to probably, there was a lot of like
But this time,
ex-boyfriends
yeah,
and things.
I remember. I remember
Fuck.
the whole moment. This
Yeah,
this
that
time
was,
happened. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
right
that was
now?
a different time. I was not making good decisions. But
Yeah.
either way. And it's just like, speaking on that real quick, it's like it pisses me off that people are like getting mad at me. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, it's not like I did anything. Your ex-girlfriend came to me and wanted to like
Yeah.
do shit. We do shit, and they're like, and I'm like, bruh, like, it's what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like, why are you mad at me? Be mad at that bitch.
Yeah.
Like, if someone cheats on you, why are you gonna be mad at the person they cheated on with? It's obviously the person that cheated
Yeah.
on you's fault.
Oh well, you know, man.
God.
People just love to get mad. But yeah, that time I know what you're
Okay,
talking
so
about.
anyways, now that Ward's on track and we're moving on, is we're walking through together, right? It's whatever. It's going through lunch. This like word spread like everywhere. Everyone's singing this shit. We start walking through where all the jocks are.
Yeah.
All the jocks are piled up, and some
Yeah.
other like just a group
Just
of people,
generally
general
everybody.
people. But
Just
that's where the
generally
jocks were like
everybody. Yeah.
always at, right?
Yeah.
And they're all just like chilling right there, and they're always the cool kids. And we never really, I don't think we really had friends with any jocks. We never, any football friends? Or,
I mean,
I for sure didn't.
which is nuts because we filmed the games and shit.
Yeah,
too,
we did.
the basketball games, which is crazy. But then again, you know, we were just a part of a different crew. We
Yeah.
were all constantly busy anyway, so it's like, why would we even?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. But
There's a
either
few
way,
times I associated with a few of them. They
Right,
were nice
right.
people generally.
some of them.
Yeah. I think generally most of my experiences with anyone on a football team, basketball team,
Right.
was generally okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, definitely the ones I knew weren't whatever. But point being, well, because a couple of the guys that were on the teams were like people I grew up through elementary school. And they're the same ones that bullied
you
me.
had,
and
you had beef with some
Yeah,
people. But
yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really know anybody, so I didn't.
yeah,
know.
it was a struggle. But me and Sam are walking through. This guy is just accusing me of just, oh, you're talking shit again, blah, blah. I'm like, what is happening, right? Sam is like, we're having this like conversation while Sam's over here talking to another girl. And I'm just like, oh my God. Okay, so he's like talking, and I don't even know because I'm trying to like talk to this dude. And he's like, you're still talking? I'm like, bro, I haven't talked to anybody. It's been 15 minutes when like you were just accusing me of the same shit in the lunchroom. What do you want from me? And he just like starts threatening. He's like, yeah, you're gonna suck my dick, bro. And I was just like, oh, you know what? I was like, you know what, bro? I will suck your dick. And by the time Sam looks over, I'm on my hands and knees. I'm like, give me your fucking dick, bro. Give me your dick. I fucking snapped, bro. I was like, fuck this guy. I'm sick of him trying to fight me. I'm sick of fucking people hating on me. I never do shit to nobody. I'm a nice guy. Just fucking snap, bro. It's like, give me your dick. All the jocks and everybody's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Sam's like, what is happening? And I'm like, give me your. He's like, dude, get the fuck off me. I'm like, give me your dick.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I as far as I remember, I don't remember you like grabbing at him or anything, but I remember you got down on your knees and then you were like,
I wasn't
"Fine,
grabbing.
I'll suck
I was
your
just
dick."
like coming at him. Like,
Yeah,
and he was just
I
like,
remember you were like, I'll suck your dick," and then he got shocked. He was shook, and everyone with him was like, "What the fuck?" And then he like
Oh,
started backing away. He's
God.
like, "Yeah, whatever, dude. You know, dude. He was." Yeah, I don't think he ever fucked with you again. He was just like, that motherfucker almost sucked my dick.
Oh,
and everyone in the
man,
hallway,
it
too,
was-
was just like, God.
What
Gage
the,
is out here
everyone was
trying to
just
suck people's
screaming.
dick.
Everyone was yelling. I'm screaming and yelling. The dude's like not knowing to laugh or be even more pissed.
Yeah.
Like it was just like the only situation I saw. I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fight the guy. He's bigger
Yeah.
than me. I don't know how to fight. I've never fought anybody. I don't even know how to
Yeah.
be physical. I'm non-confrontational guy. And then the other side, I'm like, I can't walk away. Everybody's looking. Like, what am I gonna do? And I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna make everybody laugh, and I'm gonna end this shit right now.
Yeah.
And he's right. So nothing. So that what did happen though is the word kept spreading. Right, went to fourth hour. I was getting texts from Trevor and everybody. Remember? And I was like, Sam, dude, everybody thinks I'm
Yeah.
gonna fight. I was like, you got to meet. Remember? And I
We
hit
were
up
in
you,
class.
Trevor.
We were in government class.
Yep. And I was telling everybody, I was like, everybody meet me outside because I ain't gonna try to fight this guy. We went outside, and the principal was out there.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I walk up to him. He's like, we got to go off school grounds. I'm like, come on, man, let's do it right now. And I remember I started dancing with him. I was like,
Yeah.
come on, bro, let's throw down right now. And oh God, dude. I
Yeah.
don't know if it was being an asshole or trying to diffuse the situation, but my analyzation, I was just like, I'm just gonna make people laugh and try to get this motherfucker off of me. I'm not trying to fight. I'm not trying to do shit. I just want him to think I'm some goofy, stupid piece of shit, and he's gonna leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Not piece of shit, but stupid, like ignorant. I don't know what you'd say.
Yeah.
But then the principal's right there, and he's like, Gage, come here. I'm like, fuck. He's like, listen, that kid just got out of juvie, blah, 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 blah. This kid has been, XYZ.
right.
You remember, and I'm over here talking to the vice principal, and he knows me. I performed at the assemblies. He knows me. And he's like, so just listen, go home. And then the resource officer went over and started talking to him.
Yeah.
And that was it. And remember, and then a week later, he like dropped out of school for like, I don't want to say drugs, but he broke some rule or something, and then he got kicked out.
Right.
That was the end of the story.
Probably, damn. I mean,
So if anybody tries to fight you guys, you know what to do to get him off you.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. I think
And I'll never forget, dude. Like, word got around so much, right? I take Sam home that day.
Oh my God!
No,
yeah,
it's like
I told
the next
my
day.
dad.
Yeah. I walked to the door and I'm just like, "Oh, hi Kim, how you doing?" And he's like, "So, heard you try to suck some dude's dick."
Yeah.
I was like, "Sam."
Yeah. Well, you know what? Honestly, man, that was probably the most extreme thing I've ever seen. Yeah. I had to go home and be like, yeah.
Dude, I think I traumatized you, bro, because you were just talking to this girl and you look over, everyone's eyes are on me, there's a circle, like you thought I was down on the ground fighting, nah.
Yeah, right. No, you were on your knees yelling at this dude. You're like, fine, I'll suck your dick. And
because he just kept saying, "Oh, you're gonna suck my dick by the end of this," blah blah blah. And I was like,
yeah.
Pulled out my lip balm. I was like, "Let's go."
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, dude. Oh, man.
I've had 2 fights in my
I'll be
life.
honest with you,
One guy, I try to suck his dick. The other guy, I'm in middle school, and I punch. He pushes me, and so I just like start hitting him in the chest like this. I'm like, "Get off of me!" Like, 2 fucking fights my whole life.
Yeah.
And I just when high school was over, it was a crazy time, right? And we were best friends every day. We had classes together. We hung out together, mowed lawns together, built stuff together. Like, a lot of my favorite memories are with this guy right here. But one thing that sucked so hard, bro, which was my first actual, like, okay, I'd say second, because remember me and my ex-girlfriend of 2 years broke up in high school, whatever. But, like, really hurt is, like, my homie that I hung out with every day is because right after high school, you're like, "Bro, I'm moving." And I'm like,
"What?"
When you moved, bro, and you moved out, and you moved to Boise for a minute, but then you moved to California, which is what I really want to talk about, bro.
Yeah.
So you were out in California. I was here. Obviously, I stayed, and I went to college. And then you moved out to California, bro. First of all, how was it?
Yeah, man. I mean, it was an interesting experience.
You're like, that was good, bad, good.
Yeah,
it happened.
I moved out there, and my family was supporting me when I was out there. I got a lot of nice uncles and aunts and grandmothers that lives out there, cousins and stuff, and they're good people. And they supported me throughout the whole thing, but unfortunately, I was trying to. I should have been more focused on getting a job, because when I first got out there, I was completely irresponsible. I was not going after getting a job, because at that point, I had zero work ethic, honestly, and I was partying so goddamn much. Dog, I was
man,
going out and getting crazy, and it was probably like 8 months before I even got a job, honestly. And there was a period of time where I worked at a sign-in trophy shop for some distant relatives, and that was a pretty good job, and that was nice and everything, but I definitely want to do something different. But, I got into cold calling and stuff for a solar panel company, and that's when,
your sales really kind of, your interest.
And I was so invested in it. I was just like, look, man, I know some people can't get into stuff like that, and I definitely understand it, because I'm not even entirely into it either, but I was just like, look, I'm in this. I'm going to keep YouTube and videos and stuff on how to get sales and everything, and you're supposed to cold call these people to set up an appointment to see if they want solar panels and stuff, and that's, we would work for about 4 or 5 hours in a day, right? But then within that 4 or 5 hour period, you would actually make about 300 to 500 phone calls.
Damn.
Yeah. So within about 4 or 5 hours every day, 5 days a week, you're making 300 to 500 phone calls, and I wasn't making any sales or anything, and I think it took me about 2 weeks before I made my first sale.
Really?
Yeah, I busted my ass off super hard to finally get that first sale, and then there was like about one every week or every other week for a period of time. Sometimes I would get 2 or 3. 3 was probably the most I had ever gotten, and then after like and I worked there for about 3 months. So like my last month there, I say I didn't make anything. You know, I didn't get any sales. So
Crazy.
yeah, and then after that didn't fall through. I tried one other place. I worked there for about fucking like a week, and then I'm like, look, I'm not gonna make it out in California. So I'm like, all right, I got to go back because I was supposed to have been moved out already, probably months before that period of time, out of my family that I was staying with, that were very generous with letting me stay there, but unfortunately, I just could not get my grips of actually moving out because it's much harder there too. Because it's like $1,000 for for a studio bedroom,
Oh my
right?
gosh,
Yeah,
man.
I knew people that were paying a ton of money. I had friends that would pay like $500-$600 just to like share a room. In someone else's, in someone's trailer. Like they were like, "Oh, we have a spare bedroom, but you can't like leave the bedroom." Yeah.
But so you went to California and you were grinding for a minute, or you were partying, you're doing all your stuff, and then you got into solar panels and stuff. But like, do you regret it? Do you regret going out to California? Do you wish you did more? Because you were in the spot like a lot of people that I talk to now, they're like, I got to go to California because I got to start there.
Right. Yeah.
And I have this idea, like, yes, I feel like there is a lot of opportunities, but at the same time, like, you have to take advantage that you have now. And even though Pocatello is Pocatello, there's still a lot more that people could take advantage of that they don't see around.
I think
I mean, there's a film director job literally in Idaho Falls, 45 minutes away for $85,000 a year.
Yeah.
Why go to California? There might be bigger opportunities and things, but that's just kind of the thing. But I wanted to ask you is going to California, do you think it was worth it? Do you think it could have been worth it?
Yeah.
What would you have done?
I think it absolutely could have been worth it a little bit more if I would have focused on career-wise and eventually gotten moved out. But still, at the same time, the cost of living there is so fucking astronomical. I don't know if I would have been really wanting to. If I would have probably not, honestly. Just because, I mean, it's hard to say because I did learn a lot from actually going out and getting into an environment where I'm making tons of cold calls every day. I'm busting my ass. There was benefits. There was benefits from being in that environment that I did have to like be putting pressure on myself. But I did, I don't. I wish I wouldn't have done it just because I didn't really want to take advantage of my family's time that was out there necessarily. I don't think that you don't
want to be living on their bedroom forever.
Yeah, living on their dollar basically.
Yeah,
and yeah, I wish I would have just probably just not partied that much. Yeah. But I'm glad for the spot I'm in now, but I definitely think it was influenced by that. So it's hard to say.
So it definitely helped.
It was a hard period of time, especially, I was like 18, right? I was 18 and drinking liquor.
Every day.
Yeah. And just getting drunk and, I was just getting wicked.
Right.
But
you're right. It definitely helped. It influenced. You learn that sales game, and then you find jobs in sales, and you're doing these things which help. It influences.
I mean,
so I guess it was worth it. But that was just my question: is kind of what, if you would have done. I mean, did you learn how to surf?
No. I probably went to the beach like 4 times.
What in California?
Yeah,
dude?
straight up, and we weren't even that far from the beach either.
2 years you were there?
Yep. No, about a year, I would say. I used to think it was 2 years, but then again, I don't know. Maybe it was about 2 years till
maybe a year and a half or something.
Yeah, something about that. Yeah,
I just remember because you were gone for so long, bro.
Yeah, because I left to Boise for like a month or two, and then
you were off, dude. Because we were like, oh, we'll hang out, and then by the time I was like, hey, you coming down? You're like, I'm in California now. I was like, what?
Yeah, and it's crazy. I mean, there was plenty of experience I had actually gained from that because afterwards. Of coming from an environment where you pitching a billion times, I came back and I was like, fine, it's not working out here. I can't pay for a car. I can't pay for my rides. I can't pay for somewhere to live because I got to move out. I'm not gonna just keep living off my family. So I was trying to move out, but I just couldn't afford it. So I was like, whatever. I'm going back to Idaho. Moved back in with my sister in Boise, and then it just seemed like I had like 5 or 6 interviews and. I went out and I got a couple offers and everything, and it was just like
awesome. Dude.
It was so much easier to get a job after what I had experienced because before it was like, oh man, interviews are scary, but then after going through a period of time where you're pitching so many people every single day, And honestly, you would just like interviews afterwards because
Right.
it's like, oh man, I go in and then they ask me what's my biggest flaw, and I tell them that I'm too focused.
Yeah.
Like, you get so used to selling people because sales is selling yourself. Most of the time, generally, it's
Yeah.
just selling yourself. But so you get so used to that environment that was so easy to get a job. But I could not hold shit while I was in Boise.
Right.
So I would hold a job for like a month maybe, and then I'm
And
like,
then
no,
move
I'm
on.
too good for this place. I'm getting out, and then like I get a job. I wasn't mentally there until I hit my lowest point, and then I moved back to Pocatello,
And that's when
couch
things-
surfing for a minute. Yeah,
But then you finally found a good stable place and you're
Yeah.
doing good, you're advancing, and that's awesome.
yeah.
Like, are you, let me ask you this. This would be a good question. Are you in a place that you feel satisfied? Or do you feel like you're in a spot that you're, I guess some would say happy, you know?
Man, I get I get happy when when I can bake myself some chicken thighs and some rice with the side. I'm happy when I make some fajitas or something. I'm happy when I listen to Jim Gaffigan on my breaks. I'm happy because I can eat. But am I like, oh man, my life's fucking ecstatic? I'm killing the game. I'm out here doing the shit, man. I'm living the dream. Nah, dog. I only dream when I sleep, son.
Facts, but yes, being ecstatic. I mean, a lot of people can be
Being happy
and have great lives, but it doesn't have to be ecstatic or exotic or anything. But that's my point. Is like, do you
Yeah.
think this is a good level of where you want to be, or do you see?
Absolutely not.
No,
No, absolutely
you want to
not.
be. You want to do more.
Absolutely not.
What do you want to do, bro?
I want to make some money, man.
Yeah.
I want to make some money. I want to do something I love to do. I want to make a video game. Or I want to, film something, tell some jokes, or rap some lines, or make some T-shirts, or do something productive where I feel like I'm passionate about what I'm doing.
Okay, being as smart as you are now after everything we went through in high school,
smart as I am now,
and in the
I got-
last 5 years, bro,
Yeah.
what will you do from
Yeah.
now and 5 years from now to do and achieve some of those goals?
I'll pay my bills and I'll stay alive. That's what I'm going to do. In my free time, I can talk to myself about what I would have done better.
In 5 years, I'm like, what did you do? You're just
What
like,
did you do?
It's the same shit.
Yeah. What do you think I did? The same thing as you did. I'm just joking. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, man. I honestly, when it comes to like working towards a goal, I just don't even know. I want to rap. I want to make a video. Like you have that talent to do it on here. I checked out this shit. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
talented.
Damn.
Shout out. He has some good stuff.
I haven't checked out everything. I only saw his YouTube video. His YouTube channel. It's got like
Right,
3 videos.
right.
This guy's music video and stuff like that. I want to jump on some shit like that. Yeah, that's dope as hell.
There's some stuff like that because
Right,
that's the whole thing is what we're talking about is there's dreams. When I think of dreams, I think of these things I want to do, and when I think of goals, there's the dreams become a goal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's like I want to make a music video.
Yeah.
But the goal is like I'm going to make a music video by saving up this much money and planning on shooting on this date and getting this videographer. And then you make it a goal.
Right.
And I think that's one thing that. Like I said, like I went through college. I have a lot of friends that did make some really good things now, and they're doing great and making good money. I have other friends that kind of went a different way in life. But me and you being best friends, we kind of have this college and non-college experience where, in reality, I would almost bet that our income streams are nearly the same. We both are, have our ladies. We both have apartments. We're both kind of in the same weird spot, And I think a lot of that will change because I hope I can see you rapping and making some more fashion and some more things. Because I would love to see in 5 years be like, dude, I did it. 5 years ago on that podcast, I said I was going to do all this shit. Like, I've done 6 music videos. I've done this. And I hope in 5 years I can be like, I don't have credit cards anymore and I'm actually making money from my business, Like, I'm actually earning an income.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be hella nice, wouldn't it?
But it takes hard work, bro.
Yeah.
We got to get it.
Yeah. What I want to be when I grow up, honestly.
What do you want to be when you grow up,
Yeah.
It's hard, man. It's really, really, really hard. It was just about a year ago that I finally had a goal. Finally, and my 2 big goals are podcast and the video production business.
Nice.
I want to grow both of these two things. But it literally took all of high school and how many years of college just doing this and that. And I want to be this, but I'm just going to not, you know, and I worked hard, but I didn't, maybe I didn't have the education. Maybe I didn't have the experience. I don't know. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we got to work at our shit and everything. And at the same time, we definitely got to focus on enjoying the moment, too, because one thing that we've always been doing is like, oh, it's going to be so great after this and stuff, you know. Once we got out of high school, it was like, oh, man, everything's going to be,
it's always,
right, it's going to be the next thing. But honestly, a lot of stuff
when I go to college, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Nah. When I go and get out my own apartment, nah. When I pay my own bills, when I get my own car, nah. Like, it's, you always think it's going to be so great, and then you're living and you're like, this shit sucks. Like, it's crazy how long I've wanted an apartment. And you think about living on your own. It's like, this is amazing. And now you're just like, I walk in and I'm like, this is a lot of fucking money. Rent, I see. And then you walk in, the cat broke your fucking TV. You're like, great. I won't eat this month. Like, you know, like, it's insane, bro. Financial money is just, it's crazy amount of stress. I just never knew. That's the other wake up call is, it took into college. It's just like I think that's the biggest thing I've been trying to say about this high school thing to now is it's like I was always playing, I was having fun, but I was never working towards something. I was just like, I want to dance. And I just danced. I didn't have a goal. I didn't have anything in mind. I didn't have like a specific, like, this is what I'm going to do with my career in 5 years. Nothing until about a year and a half ago. And I was like, I'm going to fucking make videos. And here's my plan. I got business loans. I got things approved. I'm like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay things off. You know, blah, 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 grow the business to eventually maybe be to that place. But of course, in the early stages of it, it's crazy, crazy hard. Crazy, crazy hard. Because you're broke and stressed all the fucking time.
I bet. Yeah, because I bet you are stressed, dude. Because I can only imagine. Because I got my own expenses, and most of the time, you know, that shit's always on your fucking mind. What's the next thing you got to get paid? When you're gonna get paid again? All that. Whereas it's the same thing with your business, but just the whole fucking thing stacked on top, and you got to be like, oh, dude. I gotta buy, you know, I gotta buy videotape, which I don't know how to, you know, what you guys still using film?
We're still using film. Yeah, but it's more like you do a video project for a client and they promise you all the money, you finish the video, they're like, yeah, we're not paying you, and it's like, great, I just spent my whole freaking week doing this. It's crazy. I know it's been this whole episode just ranting. I'm just like throwing out things as I'm trying to think of them, but it's just, it's insane. It's insane, man. I mean, just looking at you, bro, like, we have been through so much, bro. Isn't it crazy?
It is nuts, bro.
God, man. I should have asked for a different partner.
Hell yeah, son.
Oh, man. Well, brother, we're coming to a close. I want to thank you so much for coming out. Thanks for watching our long rant about life.
I'm getting paid for this, right?
We'll talk after. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.